located behind third base, in the rear of the grandstand area, and in the birthday party area. For the Dutchmen of Albany, leading off at plate, left field.
Good evening, everybody, from historic Shuttleworth Park here in Amsterdam, New York. This is Adam Gressa coming at you with PGCBL action here on Friday night. It will be an Eastern Division matchup between the hometown Amsterdam Mohawks and the visiting Albany Dutchmen, who are both currently in a tie for first place in that Eastern Division, with the lower three teams holding only a record that puts them a half game back. I'll run through it quick. Albany is at 9-8 coming into today after a plethora of rainouts that they've had to deal with. Amsterdam comes into today at 10-9. That puts them 3.003 percentage points lower than Albany, but they are currently on the same level for games back. In third, tied for third, will be Saugerties and Glens Falls, both at 10-10, a half game back rate at 500. And Oneonta is coming in last at 8-8. They have played the fewest games in the entire PGCBL. So they've just had some really bad luck with that. They're playing a doubleheader currently in Glens Falls against the Dragons. And Oneonta is currently up 2-0 in the top of the sixth of, game one of that doubleheader, so we will continue to provide you updates. But we will currently get started with the starting lineups for tonight's matchup here, as barring a sweep by either team in that doubleheader, as Oneonta would, if they swept, they would be 10-8, which would give them a better winning percentage than I believe both Amsterdam, and if Albany were to win tonight, that would put them tied with Oneonta, and Amsterdam would be 11-9, which I believe would either be tied or slightly under. But either way, unless a team sweeps that doubleheader, the winner of Albany and Amsterdam will have outright possession of first place in that Eastern Division, which matters certainly with the new PGCBL playoff format, and we'll get a little bit more into that later. It is this year a 7-team format, and I'll explain kind of how that happens. Right now, if the season were to end today, the Mohawks would be in the playoffs, but just barely. And there are a couple of different screwy rules for that last wild card team. But we have a sunny, beautiful day here at Shuttleworth Park, and we will now provide you with the starting lineups for first the visiting Albany Dutchmen. Batting first, the left fielder out of Azusa Pacific College, number 23, Griffin Herrera. Batting second, the center fielder out of Louisville, number 5, Lucas Dunn. Batting third, the first baseman, also out of Louisville, number 20, Cameron Masterman. Batting fourth, the right fielder out of Dartmouth College, number 8, Ubaldo Lopez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter out of Seton Hall University, number 4, Jerry Huntsinger. Batting sixth, the catcher out of Ole Miss, number 6, Golston Gillespie. Batting seventh, the second baseman making his return to the Albany Dutchmen out of Azusa Pacific College, number 1, Nick Estrella. Batting eighth will be the third baseman, headed to St. John's University this fall, number 17, Justin Wright. And batting ninth will be the shortstop out of Marshall University, a former Mohawk, number 7, Cameron Collette. On the mound for the visiting Dutchman will be number 28, David Phillips. He is out of the University of Tampa and is a sophomore there. His numbers on the year so far, this will be his third start. So he has made 2 starts, and those are the only appearances he has in the PGCBL this season. He's thrown 11 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. 1 of those runs are earned, He's walked 5. He's struck out 8. He's 2-0 with a 0.79 ERA, which is good enough currently for first on the team, but I don't believe he would qualify innings-wise. I think innings-wise qualifying would be Greg Marino. But either way, he's had some success in his first couple of starts, and he'll look to keep that going as he will face off against the Amsterdam Mohawks starting lineup tonight, which I will now get into. Batting first, the center fielder from Morehead State College, number 14, Jake Hammond. Batting second, the right fielder from the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest, number 33, Michael Ludwig. Batting third, the catcher, I believe making his second appearance behind the plate this year, from the University of South Florida, number 31, Joe Genord. Batting cleanup for the Mohawks, the third baseman out of Herkimer College, number 17, Ben Rhodes. Batting fifth, the first baseman from the Jaspers of Manhattan College, number 20, Richie Barella. Batting sixth, the second baseman out of Florida Atlantic University, number 9, Richie Nitza. Batting seventh, the designated hitter from Wake Forest University, number 39, Shane Muntz. Batting eighth, the left fielder, also from Wake Forest, number 24, Chris Lanzilli. And batting ninth, the shortstop from the Thundering Herd of Marshall, number 1, Elvis Peralta Jr. On the mound for the Mohawks is their ace so far this season, number 23, Peyton Plumley. He had some trouble in his last start. He's made 4 starts for the Mohawks so far, thrown 20 innings even, given up 11 hits, 7 runs. 6 of those runs are earned. He has walked 5. He's struck out 32, which is good enough for first in the PGCBL. He is 2-0 with a 2.70 ERA. As everyone has been introduced here on the field for the Mohawks, and we will now have a performance of our national anthem tonight here. As we will take a pause, you are listening to the Amsterdam Mohawks Radio Network here on YouTube Live. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem there by the local Liberty Chorus here in Amsterdam. As we currently have our first pitch people coming out to throw out that first pitch. We'll take this time right now to thank a couple of our sponsors. First off, Jankowski Insurance. All of the distance markers on Shuttleworth Park's walls here are sponsored by Jankowski Insurance. Also, a big thanks to Recovery Room Sports Bar and Grill, as they always sponsor a recovery hitman of the game. And we will have that coming up for you in the bottom half of the first inning, where one Mohawks player will be designated as that hitman. And if you get a hit, or if they get a hit, they will win a coupon for everyone in Shuttleworth Park tonight for the Recovery Room on Route 30 in Amsterdam. As we have now a plethora of first pitch people. Sometimes we have just one or two, sometimes we have a bunch. It totally depends on what type of theme night we have here going on at Shuttleworth Park. But either way, we love it either way. Tonight is Salute to Farming Night here at Shuttleworth. You saw maybe a horse coming through the shallow outfield in our stream. That was Little Miss Rodeo, who is Emily Griffin is her name. She is a 6th grader in the Fonda Fultonville School District who rides rodeo, so she's just a part of that. We have our first pitch people coming out who are throwing it. These are